Hi lovely, it's Yasmin and welcome to day 2 of the 5-day sales love-in. So I hope you enjoyed day 1 where we were getting comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable, stretching yourself so that you really are entering that space where you're really seeing about what is possible for you and for the person that you're here to serve as well. And I know that sometimes you get sucked in with the idea that everything is meant to be easy. And truthfully, I like things to be simple, but it doesn't necessarily mean that doing it is going to be easy. Because after all, if having a business was easy, everyone would do it. And we know that that's not true. So that's why I really wanted to start the sales love-in with day 1 about getting comfortable and falling in love with the idea of being uncomfortable. So what's day 2 all about? Well, one of the things that really strikes me is that when you start getting in that kind of icky situation or having an icky feeling about selling, it's because we are chasing the money and not actually wanting to be of service. Now I know, I talk about this all the time, that when you have a business, you want it to be profitable. So yes, money does play a big part in this. However, very importantly, I don't want you just to be chasing the money just to get the money. You are going to be providing something of massive value and someone is going to pay you very well for that. So that's important to recognize. However, when you go into a sales conversation or even just starting a conversation and you try and go for that sale, then honestly, they can spot it a mile off and instinctively they just pull back. Whereas you're pushing in, they're pulling back. Have you ever had that experience? I know I have too, and it's not nice. So today, what I want you to do is I want you to fall in love with your client, with your prospect, with your dream client, the person that you know that you're here to serve. And so when you fall in love with the client, it's not about what you can get out of it. It's about what you can bring to the relationship. And in day 1, one of the things that's really important about being comfortable with being uncomfortable is really recognizing that you don't go into a sales conversation being attached to the outcome. And this is extremely important when you think about this from a day 2 perspective, because if you go in with an agenda, it's a bit like if you go on a first date, if you get the idea that the person just wants to sleep with you immediately and you're thinking, oh, I'm not so sure yet, we've only just met, then there's a kind of a weird, horrible energy there. So when you're falling in love with your client, what you're thinking about is, do I really know them? Do I really know what their challenges are? Am I going to be of service to them? Am I the right person for this particular issue, particular challenge? So when you're thinking about falling in love with your client, you want to get to know them, you want to honor them, you want to respect them, you want to respect their challenge. And the fact that they've actually taken the time to actually book time in with you to have that conversation says a lot, that they are looking for a solution. Now it's up to you to actually present something that's going to be of value to them. And, in some cases, I haven't had the right solution and I've been very careful and making sure that I don't push myself and say, oh, well, I'm sure I could do something for you. It's important to have integrity in the sales conversation. And this is why I talk about the love aspect of falling in love with selling. It's not about pushing, it's not about being icky, but it's actually about having a genuine desire to know what it is that they need and want, and then seeing if your solution matches that. It's simple as. So today I want you to think about falling in love with your prospect, falling in love with your potential dream client. Do you know them as well as you could? Do you understand their challenges? Are you speaking their language? Because if you're thinking about those questions and you're thinking, not really, then that's your task today. One of the things that I advocate to my clients and my community all the time is make sure that you do your research. And I speak from experience because, when I started out, I just kind of put anything out there. And now it is, I suppose, one of the highest compliments that I get is when somebody says to me, oh, I love that blog post. It felt like you were talking to me. Because this is what happens when you really do research into the people that you're here to serve, when you really get to know them and you fall in love with them and you want to serve them. And people will get that from you. When you're having any kind of interaction with them, they'll get that you have heart in this process and they'll love you for it. So today, go forth, fall in love with your client, your prospects, and come over into the Facebook group and tell me how much you love your prospects. Tell me about how much you want to serve them and how this is going to really change your perspective in how you approach all your sales conversations, all your interactions. Don't forget to come over to the Facebook group, The Magic of Leverage, to get your daily sales love bomb as well. And of course, you get your free coaching in there every day. I'll start a new thread every day, and come in and ask your questions. Have you got a block? Have you got a kink in your process that you just want to get ironed out? Come over and ask me. I really want to help you. So that's it for day 2. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll see you in the Facebook group. Bye.